Hello and welcome to Siam Center Law Group podcast. Today we will be discussing how to make complaints and testimonies effective in Thai courts. It is important to note that in court, everything must be asserted according to the indictment and testimony. Only other facts that are not in the indictment and testimony will not be attested. First and foremost, we must know the truth of the case. We must examine the facts in detail, including the events before, the events during, and the events after. We should listen to everything but not believe everything. We must inquire clearly, and that sounds unreliable. Which is a reliable fact? If there are many witnesses to support them, they must not contradict each other. They must not contradict probabilities, and more importantly, must not contradict material witnesses or documentary witnesses. The testimony of the witnesses should be consistent with the material witnesses and documentary witnesses. Once all the facts are complete, we must look at the law. It is important for lawyers to know the law clearly, because knowing the law clearly will allow us to know where the winning point of the case is and be able to cross-examine efficiently. We must search for judgments of the Supreme Court, which can be found both in books and on websites. In searching for judgments of the Supreme Court, we must search both judgments of the Supreme Court that are beneficial to our case and those that are harmful to our case. A good lawsuit must be drafted by adjusting the law to the facts. It must be firm and able to convince the reader. The reader is that the judge has to describe the incident in order of the incident, not jumping across, and most importantly in Thailand, use the code. Therefore, it is important to use the law according to the law, because using a little wrong may be a law that is unlawful. Therefore, if able to use the words according to the main law. When the indictment is completed, we must check the correct words. We must not have the wrong word to present to the court or present to the client, which may result in our credibility decreasing. After completing the indictment, we must bring our client to check again to see if the facts match or not, so that the facts are correct, complete, and without errors. After receiving confirmation from the client, we can bring the claim to the court in the best interest of the client. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope this podcast was informative and helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me.